Over the course of 2 days, we recorded Merla Child in our home. This is her life. This is her story. This is Nan.
Hello, my name is Merla. I am 66 years old and I have lived on this estate since I was 7 years old. Around this area there is a lot of green areas. We have Boston Heath. During the war, the Second World War, the guns were placed on the heath. Then we have Boston Woods, and Henry VIII used to do all his hunting there. Then we have Hurst Woods, and then we have Les Ness Woods. Les Ness Woods is very, very interesting. In the early part of the last century, a farmer was ploughing his field and he saw all these stones, and he brought in the archaeologists and they found Abbeywood ruins. Now Abbeywood ruins is built back to front because originally the sea and the river used to come right up, so obviously the latrines were facing the river. Also, millions of years ago, it was all under the sea, and there is still parts of the wood. There's a sand pit where you can still get shark's teeth. This pond, although it doesn't look like it now, but it was really, really a pretty pond when I was a child. You got ducks, you've got moorhens, you've got herons come. You've got geese coming, but it's also a sad pond because when I was a child fell in and drowned because it is very, very deep and the roots of the trees go in, and it caught the child's leg and he drowned. And it's deep enough to get a police launch on here because they got it on to get the body out. But it's a very, very sad pond, but also it is a happy pond. Oh yes, this is a tree down near Abbeywood ruins, and it's got a face. It's got the lips, the nose, the eyes, and the eyebrows. And the story goes, if I can remember it, the wizard, there was a boy, he kept on and on and on at this wizard, cut a long story short, and the wizard turned basically the boy into a tree. I mean, I really can't remember the full story, but there is a documentation on it. Playing around the area, it was great fun. I mean, we had all the woods. Like I said, we've got Boston Heath, Hurst Woods, Boston Woods and Les Ness Woods. And it was funny. A few years ago, in Les Ness Woods, there was a big thing on the news that they'd found a body. And also they found like what they called were caves near the body. Well, I thought it was hilarious because they weren't caves. It's what me and my friends dug out when we was younger. They were no caves. And I just laughed. I thought it was funny. Really, really funny. Well, my mum and dad was in service. My dad was Welsh and my mum was English, and they was in service at Biggin Hill, and among other places, that's where they met. But there is a funny story about Biggin Hill. My mum was upstairs doing some dusting, and the air raid warning hadn't gone, and she saw this plane coming towards her, and she's out on the balcony waving her duster, and as it turned, there was a huge swastika on the side of the plane. And then the sirens went off. So obviously it was a German plane she was waving to. John, A little devil he was. Oh, he was a little pickle. One day he was up here. I was at work and my dad done nights and he was in bed, and my mum happened to look out the window and there was John walking by. So, but yeah, we used to have great fun playing cowboys and Indians. Oh yes, we had plenty of space to play cowboys and Indians. And I can't think why, I always ended up the baddie. It was always me that had to play dead. I'm in senior school. He decided to rewire the fire bell to the school bell. So when the school bell went to change classes, it sounded the fire alarm and vice versa. So hence the fire brigade was sent out. I was a nurse and he was the chef. And I had to go on another ward. And one of the sisters said to me, see Brian in there? I went, yes. She said, he fancies you. I said, well, I took one look and went, and said, forget it. Well, he came up and he said to me, I've got something to tell you, Nan. So I said, yeah, what's that? He said, Andrea's pregnant. My first reactions were, you bloody idiot. But what else could you do? I mean, the damage had been done. It was no good having a go at him. I said he was silly. But saying all that, I wouldn't be without her. She's a little darling. Little sod at times, but a little darling. Yeah, I wouldn't do without her. She's a lovely little soul. Yeah, she's two. Oh, it's a nice feeling because then I can say it's a real family home because all the generations have lived here. It's a happy flat. It's been a sad flat as well, but on the whole it's been a very, very happy flat, and well, I love living here. We used to come down here, sit here for ages looking at all the bluebells and Brian having a cigarette and everything. And when he died, we scattered his ashes all through the woods and all round this bench so that I know that he's here now. He's here.